Peter, when people come to these events, what's the main things they need to look out for with it being so hot and exposed?
Main things, it's really a common sense approach. So they need to be aware of the hot conditions. There's a lot of sun exposure here, so they need to wear wide brim hats like we've got here, sunglasses, protect their eyes, sun creams on, watch their hydration, drink plenty of fluid during the day, and look after the young ones, the elderly people as such, and also stay off the alcohol if they can, or keep it to a minimum. As the 3-day event goes on, we'll walk around and speak to people and just make our presence known to everyone on site. But we're really here for the event people as they participate in those events. We'll have other vehicles that will follow the horse race. So if anyone comes off and is injured, we can treat them there and then. And we have access to Ambulance Victoria to call them out to evacuate anyone that may be seriously injured. But we're really here for anyone on site, just as a first aid station.
What brings you back, like to enjoy coming here?
Well, I think it's just part of our heritage, and you know, it's just really great atmosphere here. The band, you know, all the events, horse events and stuff like that. It's really great to watch, yeah, and be part of it all. Yeah.
And fashion's certainly a big part of this event, we're starting to see.
Yep, it is, yeah.
You guys are certainly a fine example of that.
Yeah, thank you, yeah.
So Josie, there's certainly a huge range of accommodation setups here. What's your chosen setup?
Oh, well, we just have a swag under the tree, really. It's just plain and simple. See how we like it?
Can't go too wrong with the swag, we've got them ourselves and pretty simple to set up.
Yeah, you can see the stars at night, you know. I know some people have caravans and stuff here. I suppose it'd be good if you had a family, but for young fellas like us, we can take the ground.
That's great stuff. Good to see girls in the swag. You probably don't see too many in them, I reckon.
No, I don't reckon. Yeah, it's good.
When I was at the Cattlemen's get-together 2 years ago in Merrijig, we'd just come off a situation where the former Labor Environment Minister Tony Burke had said that we couldn't put cattle back in the high country. He said it in order to maintain his alliance with his Green partners in federal parliament, and he did it to make sure he kept the inner city Green votes. People that don't understand the deep connection that the cattlemen have with the high country, and through that deep connection, they don't understand that you have a responsibility, and you take that responsibility well, that you believe the land should be managed very responsibly. He didn't understand that connection, but I'm pleased to say that we have a federal government now that does understand that deep connection. I've worked closely with the Mountain Cattlemen over the last few years, and particularly with the change of federal government, to be able to identify a site that we see as being very suitable for future trials. The Woonongata Valley has suffered through the state Labor's decision to kick cattle out. We have an area now that's choked with noxious weeds, and an area that's increased fuel loads are now a very direct threat to the many hundreds of campers who use that every year. And I'm very confident, and everyone here should be very confident, that we are well on the way to getting approval to conduct that trial in the next few weeks. I believe we should be using that 170 years of expertise in our land management. We're committed to doing that. And I also believe that the Mountain Cattlemen should be supported to make sure that expertise and knowledge is alive, passed down through your children, your grandchildren, and I can assure you that the Victorian Government is absolutely committed to making sure that happens. Have a great weekend. Thank you for your patience. Cheers.
Well, there's plenty to see and do at the Cattlemen's, from the horses all the way through to the great entertainment. But up here in this alleyway, it's full of bush handcrafts. So Anthony, how long have you been actually making stock whips for?
I've been making stock whips for 20 odd years. I learned off a bloke in Wagga called Herb Sefton, and then I did an R.M. Williams plating school after that, and then I learnt to make the fancy fine whips off a bloke called Fred Jarvis in Leongatha, Victoria. I started off as a hobby. I learned off some 3 very good people. They've all passed away since, and I've got to try and keep it going because stock whips and whip making is a part of Australian heritage. So I'm trying to do my part to keep it alive for another generation. So
is there many people actually make them?
There is more than you think, but not many, not very small percentage of the population that makes stock whips, yeah.
Yeah, right. And what's the one you're making here?
This is an 8-plait kangaroo hide handle for a cow hide whip. Yeah, half flat handle.
And you make them all right the way through, from scratch?
Yeah, I buy the leather in already tanned. I cut it all out, prepare it, grease it, bevel the edges, get the bellies, cut the bellies, do everything, yeah.
And where are you from?
I'm from Wagga Wagga, in southern New South Wales.
So Scott, what's your role with this event?
I'm the event coordinator. Been involved in coordinating events since 2009, and this is probably my second year as the overall coordinator.
This would be a massive job with this scale of an event, wouldn't it?
It is, mate. Believe it or not, it gets easier every year. The more people come, it's still getting easier. I've got a well-oiled machine in my team, and a great bunch of blokes that work for me and put in their all 24 hours a day.
You operate this between like your normal work? I mean, what do you...
Yeah, no, mechanic by trade and work 5 days a week like everyone else, and this just takes up a fair chunk of my life.
I reckon it would when you look at the scale of this event.
It is. It's pretty. It's a proud moment when you look up from the helicopter, though, mate, and have a look at what's going on. See a few happy faces Sunday night in the bar. That makes it all worth it.
Now check out this timber bar top. They've all been cut up in individual lengths. All the timbers come out of the high country town of Merrijig. They've all been auctioned off for people to take home. They're going to put them on their own bars. If I had a bar, which I might build one day, I'd love to take this piece home. It's nice and chunky and rugged, look fantastic, but I don't have a bar yet. So Rex, whereabouts have you come from?
Nanagoon.
Nanagoon?
Nanagoon in Victoria, yep.
Well, going by a look at the size of your rig here, I reckon you brought half of Nanagoon with you, have you?
Oh yeah, no, we like, that's the swag on wheels, we call it.
Swag on wheels?
Swag on wheels.
Pretty flash swag on wheels.
Yeah, no, it was all set up to travel around Australia, and a few changes that sort of happened along the way, but that was the plan.
So you actually pull this around Australia, do you?
Bits of Australia so far, yeah, but it was all geared up to, be able to just go away and still be able to do the office work from there, and that was the plan.
And how long have you been coming up to the Cattlemen's events?
I got introduced to it by my now wife, and that was about 12 years ago. Some years the family comes, some years, well, this year it's just me, so as you can imagine at the service station, cop a bit of flack that you're the only person in that vehicle, but surprising how it's changed over the years from even only 6 to 8 years ago, how it was all swags and tarps, and as the people are getting older, there's more and more camper vans and motorhomes and stuff like that, and it's not a detrimental thing where people turn around and will look at you badly on there, because there's so many people that, whether they be grey nomads and travelling or they just come out and can enjoy the weekend, but just have a little bit more comfort there to go and do it.
Been good having a chat to you.
Okay, no problem.